Everybody, welcome back. It's your boy Lmacncheese, and tonight I'm gonna do something a little bit I haven't done in a while since Wayfinder. I want to read the forums. This will be for Soulframe. I want to read the forums and then kind of look for stuff, feedback that should be highlighted and kind of talked about. Because personally, it's an early access game and whatnot, and I want to just maybe get things out there, say some suggestions I want to say, and maybe get y'all in a discussion, kind of just get more information out there for people to talk about and see. So I think I should be allowed to. I don't know if it's under NDA. It's not under NDA anymore to be talked about, but I think I can talk about the forum. Then I'm pretty sure I can. If I can't, it's probably only posted if I can, then we post it. So I just wanted to go forums, look at some cool stuff, look at people talking about, and get the discussion going. So, let's do that. All right, the first post on the list is from yours truly, because this is an issue that I always see in a lot of games that just drive me nuts. It's not an issue in a lot of games, but I mean, that could be the games I play, like in Tireborn. I think Wayfinder did that too. I don't know if Wayfinder did that. I think they shared that issue. But in Soulframe, but it's early access. I don't think even a Warframe didn't do this either. But I want the ability to just snap my game to a window before I play the game. Or have that an option where it goes to the game, it goes to the window it goes to the window that you want to start on. Like, I have 3 monitors. It always starts my main monitor is, and my main monitor is usually monitor 1. Now my monitor is just a little backstory about me. Monitors go, I have 3 monitors, so it's 1, 2, 3. My PC doesn't seem to understand that, so to our monitor it goes 2, 1, 3 for some reason. So I'm like, I don't know why it does that. It just does that. So monitor right here in the middle of me is my main monitor, which I use for all my gaming. But when I'm not gaming, my main monitor is on to the left because it's not so big. It's smaller, it's more compact. You're trying to read things like stuff like that. So I have to have it over on my left side, my monitor 1 if I'm not gaming. But monitor 2 when I am, and I'm monitor 3 is for anything miscellaneous. So I propose is, what I said in my words of that quote. Can we have the simple option in game? I have to switch my monitor every time to play Soulframe. Other games sometimes. What? Did I do that right? Every time to play a Soulframe, other games sometimes and often should have this option to launch a game to any way, or launch a game to any way monitor. Did I proofread this? I think we gotta fix this.
A few moments later.
Fixed it. To launch a game to any monitor you want. Now, I gotta read things, but I marked that accessibility because, it's just a pain. This person down here suggested RL. R. Langzer suggested to he said, I have only one screen, but I use 3 virtual screens. Taskbar menu, display, activate buttons. I can use drag and drop to select where I put each app with the Windows active apps button. For virtual desks, you can use control, window, right, left to change the virtual screen. For extended screen, you can use shift plus window, right, left to move a full screen app. Work with Hue and tablet. See, and I tried this just earlier, like an hour ago. I was like, oh, if I can do this, if I can do this, fine. I'll have my compromises and whatnot. But when I do it, it moves it to my main monitor or it's my middle monitor, but then it'll be in a small box. Then I go through the options and then change that to full screen. And I'll try to change that to windowed, hit apply, close the window, and then bring the window options back up to be able to borderless full screen, hit apply again, and then it's fine where it should be. Well, it's like how much work that takes, so I could just, for the game, this is a small thing, of course they just be like, oh, just change it for you to do the thing. I'm like, I could do that, but it's just put it in the game. But I think on the Windows settings, I could just change my monitor to the middle to be my main monitor and do that from there. So it's saying all the hassle. But I just want it to be seamless, It's not hard. Another example. See here, when I'm playing Dark Tide, you see how simple this is right here? It says quality and then display. I can move this to any display I want to. 1, 2, or 3. Just like that. Simple. And I can show all my directions from here. And then even in game, well, in some game you can't really change this. Well, before I'm in the game, it's like that. All I'm gonna prefer how it is in Path of Exile, where I can change any monitor I want to at any given point inside the options inside the game. But I like it just having me the option to do that. So that's my big rant. Y'all, if you don't know me around the channel, I'd say this in every game that doesn't have it. It's a big problem to me. It's just a small issue. And it's, I can always work around it. But to make me happy, that's all you need to do is just add this option somewhere in the game. That's all you gotta do. Okay, you Tireborn, Soulframe, Warframe. That's all you gotta do. All right. On to the next question. I'm gonna get a post here I think I like. My personal feedback combat by Marty Mars. I just want to say thanks so much for inviting me to play Soulframe. I've been playing Warframe since 2013, and still remember all the times I played that game. You're so awesome, and you guys have such amazing personalities and talents. I just want to list at least 3 personal tips I would personally do to improve combat. Of course, it's just my opinion, and I'm curious to see how others feel about the matter. Oh, this proper punctuation and grammar could not be me. So, 1. Add a lock on. I feel like you already tried doing this before. When I first played the prelude, my first instinct was to lock on, except either I've yet to discover it, or the lock on seems to be auto-targeted. I understand that lock on might not be necessary, although kinds of Dark Souls within ways of May Cry, totally different games, but all have lock ons. They do actually. And the reason I think it's good is because it allows players to decidedly choose who to attack and who and where to attack. I experience sometimes when an auto target is so strong I can't attack other enemies surrounding me, which is I've had that happen before. If there was a lock on, I can choose to attack enemies I want to attack, and sometimes lock on is a part of advanced gameplay. When I play games in split seconds, I'm turning on and off, and lock on to redirect attacks and just according to my positioning. So overall, just better control actions and decisions during combat. Now I can agree, most people do have to play with a lock on. Personally, I think when you're an advanced player in like Souls games and like Devil May Cry, you don't really lock on to things. Like there's like few matters you really gotta lock on to people that you like. There's like really few like really situations you should be locked on somebody. But people who play on a more casual level is something the game definitely should have. Now, there's been times like you said you'll be attacking enemies you don't want to attack because the game's directional thing isn't worked so well. I've been grappled with this in a game called For Honor. That game had a target issue for the longest time, and it always target people randomly. You know, it was like people who are far away, people who's closer to you. Should always target people who's closer to you, but it'd be a jank system. So I think this is like the same case right here in the same way. It's like you sometimes target the wrong people that weren't closer to you or something like that. It's kind of wonky sometimes, but I think for people who want a more casual level, even some people in advanced level, you know, I'm not gonna just be like, oh, this is for casual, only casuals lock on. But like, I think it's just a nice thing just to have for people. You know, give or take, you know, for me, it ain't, you know, take or leave it for me. But I think just for the game itself, it should be in the game. So, number 2, some animations are too long. This is my personal thought. Don't know if anyone else feels this way, but if a big guy hits and there's like 2 others with them and I get on the floor and I'm gonna die, which is very goddamn true. If you get tag team and you're on the ground, there's no chance you're making it out. Simple solution would be to have a quick recovery mechanic like in Warframe. You get knocked down if you press the jump roll or a button fast, you perform a quick recovery. Still fix either that or just decrease time it takes to get back up. 3 or 4 seconds is enough to bring me near death. Yes, we call this tech rolls in like, I don't know if this is a fight game thing, but like Monster Hunter, I think like in Rise they have, and I believe Rise, I don't want to say Worlds, was this mechanic to stay on the ground like longer so you don't get hit. So you basically just it didn't seem like kind of you have like a delayed wake up essentially. So you stay on the ground because you have vulnerable frames. You should just be invulnerable on the ground in the first place as the player, because you know something that if we're gonna like have this kind of system, let's be invulnerable on the ground until we get back up. You know, give us like a few frames to get back up, or have us be able to do a tech roll, or if you hit the floor, you hit a button like you said, and you move out of the way. Because in my mind, when I play games, I find out if I'm not down, my instinct is to hit the dodge button, so I'll get up and I'll dodge somewhere, or I could push somewhere off the ground. That's what it should be. Simple. That's as simple as it is. You know, there's no reason I should be stuck on the ground, getting hit, and no way to defend myself. Like it is in Warframe. It used to be like that in Warframe until a couple of years ago, I think. Where now you can just like, if you're not on the ground, you have more control of yourself. Because I think a big thing was in Warframe too, to not lose control of your character. So you know, like scorpions and like I forget the name of the giant squid people, the fast that can knock you down and stuff like that, and then shield people. And knockdowns. This is a lot of things that can take you down to Warframe and be able to just not be able to do anything. You know, and this game is early, so when they the ball starts rolling, this is gonna be almost the same thing. So being able to tech roll and stuff like that is gonna be a good idea to do, and I fully support this action. 10 out of 10. Number 3, attack animation should be faster. I know the number 1 problem is combat, clunky, floaty, etc. But call me crazy, I'm pretty sure I can swing a long sword faster than I would in real life. I can understand if it's slow now, especially with the mods in the future increasing attack speed, that I don't need to worry. I remember Steve Sinclair saying he prioritizes fun and figure the rest out later. Of course, the animation doesn't only need to be flashy or wild, although I feel super cool doing it. But if we aren't getting that, then at least make the attacks a bit faster. Especially with bows. Bows should probably have the faster reload and draw speed, and these don't have to be drastic. Just by 5 or 10% should be enough to feel a difference. And I do agree. I don't agree with the combat feeling fully or clunky. I mean, there's sometimes here and there, but it's a way better than it used to be. It feels tighter, but there is still some clunk in there. There's still some kind of floaty sometimes, but at least just working on it. But I do agree, bows and stuff like that. He could be waiting for a proper mod system to see how things feel. So don't get a situation where like berserkers make you swing, fast and everything. And it could be just a mechanic how the game's going to be, because Soulframe is going to be a slower, more methodical kind of game. So maybe they want it like that. But I do agree things should be just a little bit faster even on top of that. Especially if they're adding great swords soon. And we're attacking as slow as we are with a long sword. And I don't think daggers are any faster at the moment, or sword and shield, anything like that. So I think the fastest thing we have right now is like the wolf claw. I feel like that thing's like super fast. So, and especially if we start getting like bigger groups of enemies too and stuff like that, we need some speed of some sort. So, and along with like maybe like movement speed too, but we're gonna get mounted at some point on top of that. So, I do read all these posts, 1, 2, and 3. Solid suggestions from what's his name again? From Marty Mars. Good job, Marty. Now let's move on to for we do it, let's go. Bink. Let's give him a like. Oh no, give him a like. There you go. Let's move on to the next topic. All right, topic number 3. I'm not sure how many. I might do like maybe 4 or 5 in the video. It's not do too much, but not too little. But here's a post called "Let's Climb Please" by Synth the Demon. Simple, short, sweet. We cannot climb, and it feels pretty limiting. We'd love to be able to climb, because it holds back us from exploring at the moment, especially on the spots where we can't jump to a little higher surface, when in caves, for example, and some tiny walls. Short, simple, sweet. Amazing idea. Take a like, just like that. Oh, did I like this already? Yeah, take a like. It's just what we need, because it's very frustrating. You just can't mantle on a small wall right in front of you to really get around to doing it, and obviously just limitation of animations, early access, but that should be a thing ASAP. Great idea, truly. You get a like too. Kind of like the main post, you get a like too. Would be great. +1 to climbing. Oh yeah, that post on there. Climbing like Breath of the Wild is probably probably out, since the overall barter is meant to keep us from current maps. Letting us climb that would get funky fast. I agree. We need some form of climbing though. At the minimum, we need to mantle ledge grab to get over walls or floor ledges. Yes, we're all in agreement here. That's as simple as it can get. So, on to the next topic. The topic, and I think our final one for this video, is called "We Hear Wolves, but I actually love to be hunted down by wolf packs at night as well." Along by a synth demon. Hello, the synth demon. Hell speaks for itself. Maybe some additional types of enemy mobs for during the night. In the middle of the night, middle of that air floating grim reaper like beings. I think I mean those shrimps. Those I hate those damn things. Undead beings, the amount of enemies slain during the day will come back as a penalty amount of undead mobs during the night. That's a cool idea. Undead beings, and it's based on the amount as you kill during the day. And obviously, you won't have like an army of people trying to kill you, which would be that's just still pretty cool. But like some kind of like mechanic like this would be cool, because we're trying to keep peace. They necessarily don't want to kill, but this would be a cool kind of like reminder, almost like Vinland Saga. If y'all watch Vinland Saga season 2, I can spoil it, but there's something that's very similar to this about armies of the dead, and it's all the souls of people who are left, or who you kill and whatnot. A lot of nameless faces, which would be a really cool idea. That'd be a really sick idea. On like on some certain nights, you all the killing, and you come out, and then all the souls of people, and they haunt. You also have those husks. So maybe like there'd be a lot of husks around, something like that. Some kind of maybe an event, something like that. Some kind of like, maybe not every night, but like some kind of event where like is based on all the people you killed that day, and there'll be a bunch of husks just constantly spawning, and you gotta like do something about it. Or, I don't know how they do it, but I think it'd be a really cool idea if they did something like that, because they kind of added like random events here and there. There's only like one, I think, so far with the Storm Lady, but I like this idea. Clearing out hordes of enemies the player kills will give a temporary XP increase. Wolves will coordinate to hunt down a player during the night. Increase of wolf hauling and exalting of wolves will be heard, including stamping of twigs. I kind of like this idea because sometimes the of course Recon Breakpoint, before that game, that trailer when the game looked amazing, and that attraction we got. Actually, being hunted down was a cool idea because this reminds me of like Zanuka or the Goose Drag or the Acolyte, something like that hunts you down periodically would be cool. I don't know how much it'd work in Soulframe because it's a much slower game and we don't have, as much like what much is I'm trying to say downtime because we're always we're always out and about. We're not like in Warframe where you do mission to mission and then in between you're at your base, so you're not always being hunted or fighting. So I'll let something like this. Maybe I don't know, because you don't want to be like constantly pestering players with like, oh, and hunted again or something like that. Like, oh, I'm trying to go on the mission. Oh, here they come. You just want to like have some kind of system. I think will be cool like this, where you get hunted down by different packs of wolves, or like you have some kind of executioner to chase you. Someone will chase you down at some point when things get more serious, something like that. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I don't know how they'd work it because I'm not a dev, but I think something I do with this would be really awesome. So then you can take a like and you'll get a reply to being the stamp a little bit. So I really like this idea because it's just something that adds layers of things, keeps things from being dry, just here and there. Maybe you do a certain amount of missions and then bam, we gotta take this guy down, something like that. He's been disrupting our thing, something like that. It'd be really cool. I can add another like little gameplay loop, to grind a little bit. You get this encounter to pop up, and you kind of gives you different kind of loot tables and stuff like that. I just think it'd be a really cool idea. I really like this idea. This man had 2 solid ideas so far. Thank you, Synth Demon. You'll be remembered. You will be remembered. So I think it's gonna be it for this video. I think I just wanted to get some ideas out there, and most of my idea, but most of everybody else's idea. And then when things start taking off, we'll have better replies. A lot of your replies are just like feedback and like actual bug reports. Maybe we should choose like a different form next time that we should go look into, possibly, because this is the feedback form. So who knows? We'll see for next time. But thanks for watching. Take it easy.